Hi, Taurus. Welcome to August 2019. Welcome to a whole bunch of changes happening all at once. And even your belief system may be being questioned. Everything that you've known up until now, even if you were on the fence about it, is sort of falling into place now. Like, you don't even have to try to pretend anymore. You don't even have to wonder about what's going to happen next. You are wondering about what's going to happen next, but you really don't have to, because the universe is changing things up for you. The things that Uranus is doing with all the other planets, especially with the planets in Leo, as they transit through Leo, Uranus is at a square to Leo. Like right now, the sun is square to Uranus. And this is shining light on all of the things that you've been really like building up inside of you to do for a very, very long time. And now it's time for you to act on it. Now it's time for you to actually do it. And you can do it. It may not be something that society would deem as, or anybody, like maybe not even society, but people that you know in your life, they're not going to look at this as something that's like they'll look at you and be like, that's not normal. Like, why are you all of a sudden acting like this? Why are you all of a sudden being this way? And it's because those belief systems that you've held on to for a really, really long time, you can't pretend anymore. Like, there's no more pretending for you. And that 8 of Cups is very, very clear. Now, it could be a fire sign that you're walking away from or thinking about walking away from. But then we also have the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords is a self-imposed imprisonment of the mind. And if you look at her, she's blindfolded, right? So there's something about this that you're not really seeing clearly. I think that because the 8 of Cups is a journey of self-discovery, you're still getting to that place of, is this something that's going to be the best decision for me? I think that you're just tired. You're so tired of constantly, I said that and the 4 of Swords came out, right? You're so tired of constantly having to give and give and give to individuals in your life that put you in an 8 of Swords state, that put you in an 8 of Cups state, right? The only way for you to get out of this, the only way for you to get out of a prison of your own making or a prison of your own mind is to no longer give back to energies. And in this Uranus transit for the next 8 years, like if it's not happening now, I guarantee you that Uranus is not going to let you stay small anymore. You guys don't want to stay small anyways. It's really funny. I was on Twitter a couple, maybe it was last week sometime, and there was this whole thread on the entrepreneurs of the zodiac, and nobody had said Taurus. Like, out of hundreds of answers, nobody said Taurus. And I was like, almost every single Taurian I know, I mean, minus a couple, I mean, I know a lot of Tauruses. Like, you guys just come out of the woodwork when it comes, like, we've had this conversation before. Taurus is everywhere in my life. Almost every single one of them I know, minus maybe 1 or 2, are entrepreneurs, or on the track to be entrepreneurs. Like, you guys don't play small. One of the reasons why you like to be entrepreneurs is because you like to do things your own way. You don't want to have to be the boss of, or you don't want to have a boss. And if you do work in a company, you're the boss, right? But it's like on your rules, it's your standard. And the reason why, and most of Taurians that I know are also doing something creative or something they're really, really good at, and putting their talents to work, right? You guys don't play small. And if you have been playing small in any area of your life, Uranus isn't going to let you do it anymore. And this is the beginning of that. So for those of you that get really, really uncomfortable with change, I sort of feel like the jolt of change is over with, and now it's more of a smoother transition. Now, it'll be worse if you fight it. It'll be worse if you, it'll be worse if you, I love you guys so much. I don't want you to fight it. I really, really don't. So I have the Six of Pentacles, and when I said you're tired of giving back your energy to people, the Four of Swords came out. And if it's a fire sign that you're giving back your energy to and you're exhausted from it, I don't feel like you're going to do it anymore. I feel like you're done. You're just like, I cannot keep going in a direction that makes me feel like this. That Eight of Swords is real. But you want to keep the peace at the same time, right? You want to rise above. So I have the Six of Wands here also. The Six of Wands talks about victory. It talks about being recognized. It talks about rising above. And that's what I feel like for you guys, that it's time to break free of what's been holding you down or holding you back. And the universal support system right now is huge, huge. Okay, let's see what this Eight of Cups is. Yeah. Oh, you guys. I know that you're going to try and control the pace of this. I get it. You want to do things the right way. Whatever it is that you are emotionally invested in or just invested in, doesn't even have to be emotionally. And this is exactly what I mean by the entrepreneurs of the world are very Taurian-like, because you guys are going to go at your own pace. You're going to do it the way that you feel right in doing it. So with this Knight of Pentacles on the Eight of Cups, the more you discover and see about yourself, the more you're going to walk away from it. But I feel like it's like the building blocks of life, right? You're going to like build this, you're going to build it in a way that you can do it in a steady pace, in a steady way. And you want the transition to be seamless. Now, I want to tell you, and I get it, and that is very admirable of you, and I totally understand. I'm 100% down for you guys doing it the right way and taking the natural steps forward and not forcing anything, right? Not just blowing anything up, right? But whatever's making you sit in this Eight of Swords is going to get even more uncomfortable if you don't take action. So no matter what pace you're going, the universe might shove you along a little bit more. And I want you to be prepared for this, because as you get shoved, forward, you're going to be really uncomfortable. And it's going to be one of those things where you're like, why do I have to be so unlucky? Why do things never work out in my favor? Why this? Why that? Why, blah, 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 blah. It's not that you're unlucky, and it's not that things aren't working out in your favor. It's actually that things are working out in your favor, but it's just not the way that you planned it to be. It's not in your timeline. It's not in the steps that you wanted to take. You wanted it to look a certain way and go a certain direction and do it this way, and the universe is like, yes, but my dear Taurus, we got to speed things up a little bit, because you are meant for something much bigger than what you're allowing yourself to be. You see? So let's see what this Queen of Wands represents for you guys. Yeah. I feel like this person now, the Page of Pentacles can represent a couple of things. The Page of Pentacles represents a student. It represents a fuckboy. It also represents somebody that doesn't have enough to give to you or isn't ready. The Page of Pentacles is not a queen. It's not a king. It's not even a knight. It's the very beginning stages. This person, as much as they want to see themselves as the Queen of Wands, who is somebody, they degrade you, right? They make you feel small. You showed up as a Knight of Pentacles when you're going your own way, and then when it comes to the Queen of Wands, they make you feel like you're 2 inches tall. So either the Queen of Wands is somebody that cannot give enough to you or is not prepared to give enough to you, or they see you in a lesser position than them, and that's never okay. It is never okay to be with somebody or to be around somebody that makes you feel like you're smaller than you really are. I mean, sure, it can be humbling, but I would rather humble myself than have somebody else be like, get on your knees. No, that's not the way that it works. I know that was a really weird analogy, but that's what it feels like. I feel like this Queen of Wands is like, you're not even worth my time. I'm not even going to pretend you're worth my time. And that's why you're in an Eight of Swords state, because this Queen of Wands makes you feel very, very small and diminished in some way. So this whole situation here is overshadowed by the material side of things. Now, if you're really worried about where this Ace of Pentacles is going to come from, the universe is providing for you. Again, it may not look the way that you think it's going to look, may not look the way you want it to look. It may even be hidden right now. Maybe a hidden aspect to you right now because you're blindfolded, right? I feel like the universe is trying to provide something supportive and stable for you. And you're not really seeing it because you're so wrapped up in what it is that you would rather see. It's very interesting when we want to keep on giving our energy to somebody that makes us feel like this. Because the Six of Pentacles is it's almost as if you're trying to prove yourself, or it's almost as if you feel like you have to prove yourself in some way. And I'm not even throwing shade at you guys because you're so incredibly loyal. But if you have a connection to somebody, or you feel like there is a person in your life, and this doesn't even have to be romantic. This could be in business. It could be a family member. It could be a friendship, right? It doesn't even have to be romantic in any way. But when you're giving your energy, or you're giving your attention and your time and your effort to an individual in your life, and they're not reciprocating, your ego gets involved, right? And you're like, all right, I'm just going to try a little bit harder, or I'm going to take this route, or I'm going to take that route. Instead of you saying, I'm going to cut this person off because they're not giving to me what I need in my life. So why am I spending all of my energy? Why am I wasting my time trying to give back to them? And that's where the Six of Pentacles comes, right? It's not a logical thing to think like that, because you guys are so incredibly loyal that you'll go to the ends of the earth to make somebody happy, or to share your life with somebody, or to, whatever. And then there is, so we have the Queen of Swords on the Six of Pentacles. Taurus. It's really, I feel like you're representing the Queen of Swords here. And I feel like it's really time for you to start being discerning about where you're showing, where you're placing your energies, where you are, you know, and it's really funny because in another deck that I have, the Queen of Swords is actually, there's a bull that's laying down right next to her, like protecting her. So I think it's very telling. The Queen of Swords, I mean, like, you, because you guys can be extremely discerning, but I think that your heart gets in the way sometimes, and maybe even a little bit your ego, right? Because the Queen of Swords can be a little egoic, but she's also extremely discerning, and she makes decisions based on logic and not emotions and not feeling. And sometimes that's the best way to make the decision, especially if somebody is not treating you in the way that you deserve to be treated. The Four of Swords, in between all of this stuff that's going on during August, I want you guys to get as much rest as possible. I feel like this Four of Swords, you guys are just exhausted. Like this Uranus transit, I know. It is totally exhausted you guys. And I feel like you work harder than you need to sometimes. I mean, I get it because, again, you guys are the bull. Just don't let people, like, hook you onto a cart without your permission and say, pull this, right? And I feel like once you guys get some rest, you'll be more creative. The Empress on the Four of Swords, and the Empress represents Taurus. She is ruled by Venus. You could be dealing with an air sign also that you're giving a lot of energy to. If that's the case, I feel like they have fire in their chart also somewhere. But I think that if you were to give yourself a little bit of time and value not just other people in your life, but value yourself as well, I think that you could come back so refreshed, right? That Empress is like starting over again and being creative. And I mean, she's Mother Earth. She starts from the very beginning and starts all over again. And I think it's what you need. I think that is where your victory lies with the Six of Wands. I think that if you focus your attention more on yourself and less on everybody else in the whole world, you can, yeah, because you can't see this victory. You cannot see this victory right now. And it's because you're not focused on yourself. You're not focused on your victory. The Two of Swords on the Six of Wands, it's almost as if you don't think that it's ever going to happen. See how stuck you are? During this pause that you have right now, because I feel like you are, and if you look at that Two of Swords, she's blindfolded. I mean, the Eight of Swords blindfolded, the Two of Swords blindfolded, the Hanged Man is completely upside down. If we put him like that, he looks enlightened. If we put him like that, he looks stuck. Perspective, right? All perspective. There's this really big opportunity for you guys to have the right connection in your life. The one that you've been wanting. And this Uranus transit is making you see, and it will for the next 6 years. It's going to make you see where you've been playing small and where you've been playing the role for everybody else and how you need to change that. And if it takes you the entire 6 years, that's fine. I just feel like you'll be really uncomfortable if you do that. If you make the change soonish, you could possibly have this opportunity for that one person, right? But you can't see the victory. It's almost like, I actually want to say, you can't see past the nose on your face. Is that the, yeah, can't see past your nose on your face, or something, like whatever that line, whatever that cliche is. Because you keep on telling yourself that you can't, and you're giving yourself all of these reasons why you shouldn't be doing this, or why you can't be going this direction, or why you're not allowed to do this or allowed to do that. What if you were allowed to do whatever it is that you wanted to do? See? And the decision that you made was for your own happiness. Two of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and not somebody else's happiness. What if the decision you made would be to follow your own heart and your own guidance, even if it didn't make sense? Three of Cups, Seven of Cups, Hierophant. Instead of staying stuck, that was really hard to say. Instead of being stuck and giving your energy away to people that don't value who you are and never really have. And instead of worrying about how you can keep taking care of somebody who doesn't value you, or people who don't value you, you could have a soul tribe out there that knows you for exactly who you are in so many opportunities. And the Seven of Cups and the Three of Cups equals 10. And that's the decision you have to make in August. Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be happy? Right? Because you can. It's all right here. All right, guys. So, necklaces are available on the website. Readings are, I'm still scheduling readings before I leave. I'll be in Chicago August 3rd, which is just in less than a week. Tickets are still available for that. I will be in Los Angeles on the 24th. I will be in Portland, Oregon on the 30th. And I might be in San Francisco in between that time. We'll have to see. I'm not really sure. But I love you all. And I hope you have a wonderful August. And I hope that if you're on the West Coast, I get to meet your beautiful faces. Because that's a dream for me. So I love you. Take really good care of yourselves. And I'll see you soon. Bye.